Okay, so I've just, I don't know, I've kind of been inspired recently to make a It Gets Better video. Thanks for the text message. I've been inspired to make an It Gets Better video because, someone who I don't know at all, but, someone decided to do something very drastic. They took their own life, a friend of a lot of my friends. And I'm not here to judge anybody for their decisions or anything like that, but for some reason it struck a chord with me, and it was just like this person was very young and had everything to live for. And it wasn't related to their sexuality at all, but I don't know, it just inspired me to do it gets better video, I guess. And I am a gay man. I'm 21, and I've been gay since I was born. And I've known it since I was in kindergarten, but it's besides the point. I don't know, I've known forever, but I just feel like, sometimes we lose track, and it's very easy to be sad. So here goes, my It Gets Better story. First of all, I didn't have a Cinderella story. I didn't get thrown out or anything like that, so I can't really relate on those levels, but I can relate on other levels. Yeah, I've always known I was gay, and when I was younger, I didn't exactly know what to call it, but I knew I didn't like girls, so, you know, okay, I didn't really ever get picked on, and up until it was about, I would say, third grade, I think is when it started. I mean, there might have been a few things second grade, but it never fazed me, and I didn't know anything about it. I was still too young. But third grade is probably about when I started picking up. Fourth grade was when it started getting bad, to the point where I have no harsh feeling towards those children, or those people now. They're grown-ups now, but at that age, you don't really know what you're talking about other than what your family or what you hear on TV or what your family teaches you. So I hold no ill will towards those people whatsoever, but I had to forgive and forget a long time ago because there was a lot of angst on my chest, but it was very bad. The main bully lived on my street, so I couldn't go outside or play. And a lot of my friends who were my friends for a long time, most of them turned on me. And I didn't think anything was wrong, so I didn't hinder the way I was acting. So I didn't think anything was wrong with it. I liked playing with girls. I didn't really ever want to play with little boys. You know what I mean? I was just like, they wanted to play football, basketball, baseball. They wanted to do those kinds of things. And my friend next door, Morgan, had an Easy Bake Oven, or I don't know what she had. She had girl toys, and I wanted to play with that. But I don't know. I always knew, and so I don't know. It progressively got worse, and then I truly believe I was depressed at a very young age. Depression. I wouldn't eat. If I did, I would throw it up, and I was always very sad. I got to the point where I don't know if I was legitly hearing voices, but I was hearing something, and I was just, they whacked me out. They messed me up bad. And it continued on, 5th grade, 6th grade, just mindless teasing and horrible, you know what I mean? I was never, it was, when I would get close to people and make friends with them, they seemed to use it against me. I remember one time I wrote a letter when I was done with my work in class. I wrote a letter, pretty much, it was kind of like a diary entry about how I didn't understand why all the kids hated me, and how I would cry all the time. And then I balled it up, and I threw it in the trash, and one of the bullies took it out of the trash, smoothed it out, and read it to everybody. And none of them felt sympathy for it. They just thought it was funny, and spread it all over the school. And I don't know, it was just bad. and dark, a very dark place for me. And it resulted in a lot of depression and low self-esteem. I gained a lot of weight. I grew my hair out. I became one of the little emo kids. Just wasn't happy with myself or the way I looked, and it was just bad. And I would come home and I would be horrified because I felt like my family would never accept me. I felt like, you know, my parents would just, you know, it was never something I thought I could achieve, being accepted and being comfortable in my own skin. I thought I'd never be able to have. And so it pretty much continued on until about 6th grade. And after 6th grade, I completely shut off everybody. I didn't have friends. I figured if I didn't let anybody in, they couldn't hurt me. And I moved a lot too, so that didn't really help. But, so when I hit 8th grade, I started getting more friends than I was usually used to. And 9th grade, I met my best friend, my BFF for life, best chick ever, Amber Daichi. That's Daichi, that's German, not French. I'm sorry, Amber. And I remember the first time I saw her, this 6-foot-tall blonde with an hourglass, and was just like, that girl is going to be my friend, and that's just that. And that's history. I made her my friend. But, like, I'm so grateful for her. She's the first person I ever came out to. Sorry, my arm's getting tired. Ow! But, yeah. And so, you know, 9th grade and all throughout high school, I had friends. I was very outgoing, you know, and at the end of my sophomore year, I decided I just didn't like, the middle of freshman year, I cut my hair off. And it was about down to here. And, I decided I just didn't like my body. Like, I wasn't happy with it. I was 190 pounds almost. And I'm kind of a short guy. I'm only 5'9", so that's a lot. And, I just wasn't happy with the way I looked. And so I just got really into working out and exercising and running and eating extremely healthy. And I came back junior year 140 pounds. I've gained a lot of weight back since then, so don't judge. But, like, yeah, I came back a skinty bitch. And so that year, I became, like, the poster child for Abercrombie and Hollister, and that's all I wore. And I just, you know, had my own newfound style and my new hair, short hair, and my new skinniness. And it was just a level of confidence I never had before. And that attributed with the fact that I had friends, I was just like, why can't I come out? Why can't I be who I am, you know? So I started telling a few of my friends, and they were just all, half of them were like, well, we're waiting on you to say something, and the other half were just like, we had no idea. But, like, I mean, they were just really accepting, and then I met my first boyfriend, and after that, I was just like, no, there's not one part of me that's going to be in the closet, just out full force, just, you need to get out of this darkness and suffocating. And so the second day after knowing him, I came out to my mom. Something I never thought I could do. And we cried and we talked about it, and she's like, you're my son, and I love you. And that was just that. And my dad was just like, well, hell, boy, I knew that when you wanted to play with Barbies when you were little. And I was just like, oh, okay, Daddy. And my big sister was just like, you could have been talking about boys this whole time. I didn't know. And I was like, oh, none of my family knew, apparently, except my dad. And the only ones in my family who weren't really accepting, I have an aunt who thinks I'm perverted and going to hell and the devil's in me. And I have my mom's mom, my grandma on my mom's side, doesn't agree with my lifestyle at all. And she thinks it's not normal or natural. My other grandma isn't as vocal. I can tell it's different. We used to be very close, and now it's just different. And I can tell she hasn't gone as far yet as to vocalize how she feels about it, but there's a difference, and you can tell. But the rest of my family, as far as I know, they haven't really said anything to my face. And I mean, that's just fine. You have anything to say it. But I mean, I've heard it all. You ain't gonna really surprise me. But it does get better. You can be yourself. You can get to a point where you're comfortable in your skin and the way you are, and I have no inhibitions anymore. I spent too much time under a rock, and now I don't give a flying phalange. Who knows if I'm gay? I'm gay. Gay. G-A-Y. I'm a gay man. I always have been. And I was, there ain't no other way. Hey, baby, I was born that way, you know? And I'm sorry, corny, but it does get better. And even though it feels like it never will, and even though it feels like you can never just be happy again, and I've been to that low place where ending it all just seems like such an easy way out. But we have to keep fighting. As human beings, it's our instinct to keep fighting and working towards what we want, because we can be happy, and it is possible to be comfortable in your own skin and with yourself, and to be happy again. And even if you think that you'll never see blue skies again, they will come back around. And we just have to, if you see anybody around you who's sad or depressed, talk to them, get them out of the house, try to get them to open up to you, because someone can be there one minute and just gone the next, and we're way too young for that. And you're too young for that at any age. And we just really need to focus more on that, I think, and just be happy. And it does get better, I swear. And I'm on Facebook, Henry Martinez. If anybody ever needs to talk about anything, and you feel like you have no one to turn to, even if it's a stranger, even if it's me, it's anybody just someone is always there to listen. And you are worth it, and you are valuable, and your life is always going to be important. So, yeah, guys, it really does get better, I swear. I mean, it really will. So, to the family of that girl, to her friends, I'm so very sorry for y'all's loss. Prayers go out to y'all, and I know she's in a better place, and hopefully she found the peace she was looking for. I'm sure she did. So, yeah, guys, this is my It Gets Better story. I never thought I'd make one of these, but I've kind of felt an obligation to. So I hope the rest of you follow suit and make one as well. Even if it doesn't have to do with your sexuality, just if you've been in any kind of dark place and you've found happiness or some sort of peace, just let somebody know that it's possible, and it's going to be okay. I love you guys. Bye.